think you should be.
Really, no matter where you look on YouTube, you're likely to find guides on how to climb from one rank to another, or how to gain SR, or how to improve at Overwatch. However, these tips most likely come from someone in the Master or Grandmaster skill tiers who has owned and played the game at that high level of play since very early on. Now, that's not to say that there are no new players in Master or Grandmaster, or that some of the players at these ranks have not climbed from lower elo, because there are those. However, it's very rare. Therefore, I thought it might be worth it, as someone who placed in Bronze in Season 2 and climbed all the way to Gold in Season 4, and just placed in Platinum for Season 6, for me to offer some advice from someone who's actually climbed over 1,000 elo in a few short seasons. In Season 2, my first season playing competitive, I didn't really know what I was doing. I routinely played the game for fun, jumping into quick play matches and just playing whoever I wanted, just to get some experience with different characters and to enjoy the gameplay. My quick play win rate, according to Master Overwatch, was somewhere between 35 and 45% and fluctuated regularly. I didn't consider myself a very good Overwatch player, and at that point I didn't really care. To some extent, I still don't. I still play the game for fun, and I still very much enjoy it. However, something pretty significant changed between when I completed my Season 2 placements and when I completed my Season 4 placements. When I completed my placements for Season 2, I was at 1,362 SR, which was pretty solidly mid-bronze. Not terrible for someone who rarely played and didn't have a main. However, as the season progressed, I found myself playing one hero more than any other, just trying to consistently improve my skill set and team play. That hero was Zenyatta, and at that mid-range high bronze elo, it's rare to find a really solid team comp. People mostly play bronze competitive just like they would play quick play. They randomly pick whatever hero feels most fun to them at the time and just try to roll with that hero. There's little to no team communication, and people are just playing to have a good time. There's also a positive side to this. Oftentimes, the games in Bronze are much more laid back, and there's a lot less toxicity. At least that's what I noticed during my time in that skill bracket. Once I found myself a character that I really enjoyed playing, I tried to make sure I could fit that character into most team comps. And as it stands, Zenyatta is a very good DPS support hybrid character that can regularly back up the slack from other DPS players, but that can also provide enough healing and high impact to still actually have an effect on the game. The second and probably most important change I made early on was that towards the end of Season 2, I started duo queuing with my friend Stormtrooper, who is a D.Va main. This combination of D.Va and Zenyatta was a fairly decent decision to make. As a result, through Season 3, we had climbed all the way into High Silver, and then in Season 4, Storm placed in very low gold, and I stayed around High Silver. Up to this point, I had really only made two real changes in my playstyle. One, I picked a hero that I figured was both fun to play and easily fit into a team comp, and two, I found a friend to duo queue with and who also played a hero that complemented the same playstyle. Just making those two changes alone was enough to get me from 1362 to 1979, almost a 700 SR climb. Throughout the remainder of Season 4, I had managed to climb all the way to 2105 and ended up there, with that as my career high. After that, Season 5 didn't really amount to much. I was home for the summer, and my schedule really didn't line up with Storm's at all, so we didn't play much other than just our placement matches, and I sat around the same SR for the entire season, winning just a few matches and ending up around 2243. Still in gold, but really only low gold. Here's where my third and final tip comes in. Remember how I said I picked a single character and played that one character in competitive most of the time? I also spent quite a few hours in quick play with Zen, trying to improve my positioning, mentality, mechanical skill, and the team play elements of my gameplay. In fact, I've improved so much on Zenyatta over time that according to Overbuff.com, I'm within the top 8% of all Zen players that play on the North American servers. Just by taking the time to learn the hero and adapt my playstyle to the playstyle that the hero requires, I was able to improve my internal MMR, or matchmaking rating, through quick play. As a result of all this practice and growth through quick play, when I completed my Season 6 placements, going 6 and 4 on Zen, I placed at 2776 SR, which is solidly mid-plat. And that's absolutely mind-blowing to me because my career high up to that point was only 2243. I jumped over 500 SR just by picking one hero, working to really improve with that hero, and then duo queuing with someone I trust and I'm sure that I can rely on in-game. So, what are the takeaways from this? Number 1. Pick 1 or 2 heroes and just do your best to improve with them. There's nothing more valuable than being able to pick a hero or two that fits well into most team comps and improve with that hero. And that is key. You have to pick a hero that fits well into team comps, that you're comfortable with, and that you're going to be able to play in competitive. Don't just go picking Hanzo and refuse to play any other character and only play Hanzo and expect to climb 1000 SR in 2 or 3 seasons because you think you've improved so much. It might happen, but it's not super likely. Number 2, find a friend that you can play with and improve with. Work on communication between the two of you, work on callouts, work on being able to read each other's playstyle and adapt to it. And finally, make sure you're playing well in quick play. The way you perform in quick play does in fact affect your internal MMR, so keep that in mind as you pick a tap torb on a payload map. For now, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching. Comment below with any other questions or suggestions you have for future videos, and subscribe for similar content.